Hello, friends. How are we doing? Hello, and welcome to day 4 of the Monetize Your Business 5-day challenge. I am sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late today. Facebook has changed the live screen and it's not really working so well for me. I can't see comments anymore when you guys are posting. Hi, actually, no, maybe I can today. Hi, Nino. Thank you for commenting. Coming and let me know how you're doing. I'm just going to give everyone a couple of minutes to come on, realize that I am here. And also today's session, if you missed the memo that I only put out a few moments ago, sorry, an hour ago, is I'm going to be answering your questions today about creating money, creating your business, your blocks. We're going to be clearing stuff. Today's session and tomorrow's session are all about actualizing your asks, actualizing and prioritizing what you would like to create in your life and in your business. And today we are going to be working in a 2-part way where today I'm going to do a Q&A. I'm going to get an idea of where you're at, what you need, what you require. And then tomorrow we are really going to be working on expanding your zone of awareness when it comes to creating your business, creating money, and creating a global business in a global economy right now. So what our businesses require and what our money flows require to be able to not only exponentialize right now, but to be able to give us everything that we are asking for, everything that we would like to receive. So hi everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here from all over the world. It's been so wonderful to have you guys on and to be playing with your different energies and to be seeing your interactions and questions in both the Facebook group as well as our WhatsApp group. Today I'm going to be doing my best to answer as many of your questions, comments, and queries about creating your business, creating your money, creating your classes, finding clients, attracting the right clients, getting your business started or getting your business going. And thanks for your comments, guys. And I'm going to be clearing anything that needs to be cleared. But perhaps more importantly, we're going to be shining a light on those areas that need to change internally or externally in your life to be able to create what you would like to create. Because sometimes we start to get into this trap where we think that the answer lies in a clearing or a class or someone doing something for us or to us because we're all blocked up and we can't make this thing work on our own, whether it's our business, our life, our relationships, money, whatever it is. When actually what's also required is this really strong level of presence and willingness and demand to actually create that life or create that outcome and do whatever it takes to create that success for yourself. So what I like to do is bring both of those elements together. Absolutely find and clear those subconscious blocks, those things that are stopping you, blocking you from receiving, creating, those things that need to be shifted energetically to get you the most success in the most ease-filled way possible. But also bringing that together with the really practical and pragmatic tools and steps and things that you need to be doing and focusing on and choosing and demanding so that the things that you're asking for can actually actualize. Because remember, you are the person here with the power. You are the person that has a bodily form, and you are the person that can do the things that need to be actualized to create a result in this reality. So we can do all of the energetic work we want, and all of the energies will change, and everything will be lined up. But you still need to take an action step. And normally it's consistent action steps to move you towards what you would like to create. And that sometimes is the missing piece, okay? So today I'm going to do my best to to hit both sides of that equation for you and clear and contribute and communicate with you and to you about what it is that you may require or desire. I have questions coming in. I'm going to do my best to answer as many of them as possible. So right now, Swati is saying, I create money like a wave. It's sometimes flowing in readily and sometimes ebbs. What can we do to remain in the constant flow of energy of creating and receiving money? Awesome question, awesome words, awesome description of what you will often find is actually the process of money and business. Something I'd like us all to recognize is everything has cycles in life, including us, including nature, including money, including business. And what I mean by that is it's therefore okay and normal to feel like things are like this. There's two things I'd like to address here. There's a difference between the normal ebb and flow of business and money and us. And when I talk about us, I'm talking about our motivation levels, our ability to be in action all of the time. Sometimes we need to retreat or take a step back or have a break in order to come back stronger than ever. Kind of like what's happening with the world right now, you see. There is, however, a difference between that natural gentle process and massive ups and downs. This feast or famine cycle where you feel completely out of control, where you have no consistency, where you have no feeling of being able to change that. And that's one thing I'd like you to recognize. Secondly, with that creation of money consistently, sometimes it's an indication that something needs to change. Sometimes it's an indication that it's time to create a shift or a change in either what you're doing or how you're doing it. Sometimes something needs to be added. Sometimes something needs to be taken away. And one of the best things to do for this is the business whispering exercise. We did that. There are multiple places where I have gone through that exercise with people and it's available for free. For example, I did a business creation call a couple of weeks ago that was a free global call, and we did that business whispering exercise during that call. And it's a call that is not unlike the money whispering exercise that we did, but you sit down and you talk to your business, you talk to your money flows, you talk to the things that are creating revenue for you in your life, and you ask it to be clear in its communication with you when it tells you what's working, what's not working, what needs to change, what you need to add to your business, what you need to remove, where you need to put your energy and attention, what you've been avoiding, what you don't want to hear, what you do need to hear, all of these things. Very quickly, I have that as an audio series available to purchase from my website. The difference in that one is I've done it as this whole business whispering exercise, plus there is an additional exercise specifically for marketing and advertising your business, and another one specifically for pricing and knowing how and what to charge your different services and products. From that global business creation call we did, you can find the replay of that entire call on my website and on my YouTube channel, so you can listen to that whole call and do that exercise for free. Secondly, from that call, we created a discount code where if you want to purchase that business whispering audio series, instead of $120, you can purchase it for $27 if you use the code CREATE. All of those details are in that call. I'll put them up in this group after this call. Just remind me, guys, we're going to go through a lot of information today. I have a lot of resources available for you and to you because I've been creating my business for many, many years now. If I mention something and talk about something and I forget to do the follow-up step, just remind me, but I'm going to do my best to post all of the links and all the information that we cover where I refer you to an external resource. I will post it in the group, okay? Both of the groups. All right, I hope that answers your question. Consistency, yeah, we'll talk about consistency in multiple ways, I'm sure, because it is a consistent topic that will come up when it comes to business, money, and creation. Okay, next question. No, Deb, you don't have to. It doesn't matter if you haven't watched 2 and 3. Definitely do watch 2 and 3. Number 2 was such a powerful day we did where we cleared all of our memories to do with money through our lifetime. So definitely do that one. And then that brought up a lot of stuff for people in their bodies as well as in their life. So then day 3, we did a body exercise for you to tap into, relax your body, and receive money with your body and through your body. So awesome exercises to do. But if you're here live now, please watch this, join us, have your questions answered, get the energy of the group. How does it get better? Okay, Nancy saying she finds it challenging to attract clients to her and contact her. I have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. Facebook not really active, but Instagram there's much more activity. Yes, Nancy. I would love to talk about this for a really long time. In fact, this is something that I will be talking a lot more about in the Business Upgrade program. It's something that, let me back up a little bit, okay? Let me connect a few dots for everyone. One of the things that I talked about during this challenge was MMAs, money-making activities. Money-making activities are something that I realized we have to focus on, because when it comes to running a business, and I'm in my 8th, 9th, 10th year of running a business now, and I have had and continue to have multiple business models. So I have in-person, brick and mortar, a physical business. I have an online business. I have a one-on-one business. I have a one-to-many business model, and I work across different industries as a consultant as well. So that means that I'm familiar with many businesses, and I have lots of moving parts in all of my businesses. And something that I realized that happens is we get so busy doing the stuff around our businesses that we sometimes forget to do the direct selling, or the thing that will directly create income and get the clients to close that deal and to create a sale and to allow us to remain in business. We can also spend a lot of our energy on things that means that we feel like we're spread really thin, and we don't have the energy to then put into what creates that outcome of bringing in money into our life or into our business. Now, social media is this really interesting thing, because like everything, it ebbs and flows. I also have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a YouTube page, a LinkedIn page, all of those things. The things that have seemed not really important to me until recently, until the last few years, was social media. I always prided myself on creating a referral-based business. So I always had clients and did the work that I love doing, regardless of how many followers or people I had on social media. However, in the last few years, and especially in the last 18 months, my presence on social media has definitely ramped up. The attention that I put into social media has definitely increased for that same reason. First of all, it's hard to keep putting energy into something that's not giving you a return. And Facebook, especially if you have a business page on Facebook, it's been really hard to create engagement. Instagram's been much easier and much more fun for most business owners in the last year or so. And so a lot of us are putting a lot of time and attention into Instagram. However, Facebook is actually a better converter. Facebook is where you will find clients that will actually pay you for your money, pay you money for your services, or convert into clients. So we have to become aware of where to actually put our energy and that will actually create. And we also have to link that energy and time expenditure back to MMA, back to the money-making activities. And so even if it's just for yourself, this doesn't have to be something that you put on social media. have a look at what you're doing with social media and have a look at understanding for yourself how what you're doing and what you're posting and what your strategy is eventually, even if it's not direct, even if it's not overnight, which with social media it often won't be, will somehow link back to you growing your business, creating clients, and making money. There are different things that we focus on with social media. One of them is called brand awareness or brand recognition. Then another aspect is direct selling. So sometimes we're doing things to raise our profile and to get more eyes on us or our product or service. And then there are other things that we would do on social media to create a direct sale. So start to get an awareness of what those activities are for you and what things you do on social media, what things you could or should do on social media, and how to start posting in one or both of those categories so that you can see what's working and what isn't and where you need to put your energy. Okay. On that note, around social media, one of the things so even for me, it's become really interesting because social media has gone from something that was optional in businesses and for businesses, and I didn't spend a lot of time on in my business or teaching about in my courses or with my clients until the last 2 years. And suddenly it's changed. And right now, with the changes happening in the world, my focus has also gone in helping people create more global businesses and more online businesses so that when something happens like what just happened in the world, for most of us who are in countries where we're completely locked down and we cannot see clients face to face and stores cannot be open, how can we still remain in business? I'm one of the few people who are able to continue with most of my client base providing most of my services in an online way. And I want to help more people be able to do that when we come from what is traditionally a face-to-face or a service-based business that would normally be shut down during a period like this. So how do we create more robust and more resilient businesses that can make money no matter what is happening? Yes, this is where social media comes in, and it's time for us to pay more attention and create good, solid social media foundations in a really authentic way. Don't do it in a way that feels sleazy, salesy, is incongruent, where you hate showing up, where it's not going to work anyway. There is a way for you to do it that is completely congruent with you, even if it doesn't look like what everyone else is doing, and it will help you grow your business. This is the kind of stuff I'm going to go into, like I said, in the Business Upgrade program, but it's also stuff that I'm going to be doing with you guys in tomorrow's exercise. I'm going to be talking about the practical things for you to do to grow your zone of awareness in your business and grow your zone of customer and client base in your business. One of the things I will do here that I wasn't planning on doing, but since you've brought it up and it's so relevant, is I'm going to start a thread for us to all be able to post our social media channels and accounts, and for us to actually follow each other, grow our business, and grow the eyes on our business. Now, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about this. This needs to be done in a congruent way and in an authentic way, okay? I'm doing this so that we can all contribute to each other's businesses and actually getting more eyes on what we offer in our businesses and sharing what we do, but also sharing each other's stuff is a really low cost way for us to grow our reach. However, it does need to be congruent and authentic, because if we're growing our reach to people who are never going to buy from us, it actually lowers our engagement rates and it does us a disservice in the long run. But what we have here is actually really special. We have a group of people who, for the most part, are aligned in a particular way in that we have a similar shared area of interest. I could say that most people in this group are interested in growing their business and doing so consciously, and have some awareness or interest in personal growth, mindset, holistic health, consciousness, doing things in a particular way that resonates for all of us as a group. So we have this shared ground or commonality. There would probably be all these other areas where we also resonate and have crossover in terms of our interests and our likes and how we like to function in life and in business. So we have already created this group of people who are similar enough that this would work if we do it within this group. If you do this in other groups where there is general population, sometimes you will find not only is it ineffective, but it can start to get really spammy, and it can actually affect the reach of your social media channels. So don't do this unless your awareness tells you it's going to work. So I will post up my YouTube and my Instagram and my Facebook page, and you guys can all follow that. And on that same thread, I will create the one thread for us to post all of this on, so it's not inundating our groups. You can post all of your social media channels, and we can go through and like and subscribe to all those channels and give everyone's businesses a boost. This is free, it's easy, and it's effective. So let's contribute to each other in that way, all right? All right, so that is something that we all do. Okay, let's keep going. When what can I do or be to be committed to myself and everything I would like to have in my life? Great question. Guess what? I'm going to turn around and ask each of you that same question. What can you do and what can you be? And what would be required for you to actually even be interested in being committed to creating your life and your business? What is it that stops you from choosing to be committed to yourself? And all of the programming and all of the conditioning and all of the oaths and vows and all of the things that we have bought and gotten mixed up and twisted up, where we have somewhere believed that it's more important to be committed to everything but us, where everything outside of us, everyone else's point of view, everyone else's judgments, everything outside of us is much more valuable, and this reality is more valuable, and the judgments of others are more valuable, and that is what we should be committed to. Everywhere where that is where you have been choosing to commit yourself and spend your time and energy rather than in the creation of your own life, would you now be willing to destroy that, uncreate it, let it go, return it all to sender, and revoke, recant all of the oaths and vows and programming and implants we have been subject to that makes us more interested in being committed to those things that don't create for us rather than the things that do create for us? Okay. How are we going, guys? Okay. Seema is saying she's had a crazy time. Welcome. I sleep a lot through the day. I'm staying awake at night, especially since day one. I dozed off during calls many times, which I usually used to not do. Can you throw some light on this? Yes. I'm going to tie this into another question as well, where people are asking, or in general, where people are asking about sensations in their body. I've had lots of questions in the WhatsApp group about people falling asleep during the exercises, or dozing off, or just like going out of it and then coming back and realizing that they haven't been present. Now, normally, not always, but ask yourself if this applies to you. Normally when this happens, there is such a degree of unconsciousness in that area of what we're asking you to look at that it that you are programmed to just shut off, that your body can't handle it, or it's easier for your body to process it by you actually falling asleep. So, or seemingly falling asleep. So you might notice that you go into this weird state of like your eyes are closed, it's like you're asleep, but you're still kind of aware of your surroundings. This, in my experience, has been when we're processing something that is so deeply embedded, or it's going to create such a change for us to let it go, that our body actually knocks itself out and processes it in that way. It's not a bad thing at all. It's also not a right or wrong or good or bad thing. It's just, it is what it is, and it's how your body's processing through this change. Keep going with it, and be aware that your body's probably going through massive amounts of change, and finding these areas of real where you would function from real unconsciousness. And don't take that in a bad way. It's just all of the programming we've had, and where we've never wanted to look at something because it's so different to what we believed, or it makes us so uncomfortable, or it was just so deeply embedded that we never realized it was there. And that's why so many of you described that happening with the family and the lies of money exercise that we did on day 2. That was definitely the day when most of you said, wow, my body felt really weird, or I knocked out, or I fell asleep during it, or I couldn't stay awake during it. Those are often indications of that. And the fact that you're sleeping through most of the day, yeah, again, your body's processing through this change, and also your body is potentially processing through the change of everything that's happening in the world right now. It's not a normal time. Routines are not normal. Things are not normal. Your body is doing what it needs to and what it requires right now to hopefully evolve through this change and come out stronger and better off. Okay? Okay. Buckle's saying he gets a lot of judgments from his brother about being spiritual and also making money. So I feel some classes don't take off. Yeah, well, let's return that to sender. Okay. I've talked about this a lot, and I'll continue to talk about it. I've talked about it a lot, only in the last few days during this challenge and with the business upgrade program. I've never felt as comfortable and as empowered, and like what we do is as important to the world as I do right now. I feel so strongly right now about how much value we bring to the world, and how important what we do is for the world, and how important it is to include money in that equation. And so for a lot of you who have worked with me over the years, and who have even done this challenge multiple times, you will notice an even greater step of showing up and wanting to create and contribute to this change for all of us. Because not only do I firmly believe that now is the time, I firmly believe that we need to be empowered in ourselves and in making money a really natural and normal part of the work that we do, and being rewarded handsomely for our work, and having abundance with the money and our money flows, and having our businesses be really successful because of what that creates in this and all realities. Because if we are the people that have money, if we are the people that are successful, if we are the people judged as being powerful and who know what to do and have lots of money, then we are the people that have the power to create the most change. And we are the people that with money and with power and with influence will influence the world towards greater, will influence the world towards more consciousness, more contribution, a greater life and living for all of us, including the planet. So all of that judgment that you're aware of, would you be willing to receive it and ask it to contribute towards you making even more money, so that you can create and institute even more change and contribution in the planet and on the planet, and to and for all of us. It's really a time for us to show up and be successful and be seen and be received for the work that we do. And so I hope that answers your question. But yeah, all of that judgment that we've all been aware of in our life about doing this work, like never before am I now willing to step into that judgment, not only to be aware of it and receive it, but actually step into it and say, yes, yes, I do spiritual work. Yes, I'm a healer. Yes, I'm here to contribute to the planet. But yes, I still charge money for it. Yes, I charge a fair amount of money for it. Yes, I'm going to make a lot of money so that I can create even more change. And again, I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow and in the business upgrade program. But the reasons for that is it still costs us money to show up in this way. And the more people we wish to help and create a change for, those costs go into running our businesses. We still have to pay for the costs of being able to show up, to run our classes, to run our website, to have our back end working, to employ staff, to create all of those resources for you, not including even my time and energy, actually takes money. I need to pay a lot of other people to often create the things I need to create for and in my business to help other people, including having my social media running, including having nice graphics, including etc., etc., etc. And so you're not going to be able to do that very well if you're not willing to receive any judgment, or you're not willing to receive money so that you're not judged. So whatever it is for you that comes up, whether it's you don't want to receive judgment and that's what blocks and stops your business or your classes from taking off, or you don't want to receive lots of money so that you're not then receiving judgment, which stops your classes or your products from taking off, would you please, first of all, acknowledge what it is, get clear with it, receive that information, and then everything that is, would you please destroy it, uncreate it, let it go, return it all to sender, and ask yourself what it would be like if you actually embraced that judgment, stepped into it, showed up anyway, and were claimed and owned all of the success that you can claim and own now. Okay. Okay. I'm just reading your comments and questions, guys. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I'm just going to go to the questions in the WhatsApp group, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about what you guys can start doing practically, because I would love you to come out of this business challenge not only making more money, not only shifting energetically, but also coming away with some practical tools and tips to apply in your business and in your life straight away. So one of the themes that is very prevalent with the questions for today is around actualizing your asks. Seema and Rashmi and a few of you have asked about this. And I'm going to tie that in to this other question around the willingness to receive. Actually, I think, Pavia, that last question hopefully answered your question around being the willingness to receive money for yourself and judgments about receiving money. Actually, yeah, perfect. That should have answered that perfectly. Same with you, Ramya, around feeling bad for charging individuals for your services. We are no help to anyone if we are completely burnt out, if we are broke, if we have no money, no energy, and no way to create our own lives. How are we going to help others? How are we going to be of any service to others? Now, one of the basic ethoses of my life is to be of service. to be of service in any way, big or small, with my presence, with my being, with the work that I do, with how I can contribute. Sometimes it's financially contributing to others. One of the things that I like to do when I am so grateful for being able to have money and have food and have luxuries in my life is it also gives me the ability to contribute financially to causes or charities or NGOs or actually individuals who don't have that. Okay, let alone to be able to show up and do the work that I do. A lot of our clients, they have chronic pain, they have chronic conditions, they have no money themselves, or they are in dire straits with wanting someone to help them. Now, how are you going to show up and help them if you're in the same boat? How are you going to empower them to know that change is possible? How are you going to help them heal and have boundaries and create financial abundance when you're not willing to have that demand of yourself? So please start playing with this practice of having this demand of yourself to actually have and to be abundant and to have boundaries. And when I say boundaries, it means boundaries around having to have people pay you no matter what amount, whether it's a small amount or a large amount, sticking to your timings, sticking to your schedules, not being available all of the time in order to allow your body to heal and replenish and your energy to heal and replenish and to do the work that you do to the best of your ability rather than running on empty. Okay? Okay. Okay. How to actualize our asks. How to actualize any ask, whether it's money or business or a small thing or a big thing. First of all, let's get clear on your ask. And each day, every day's exercise for this challenge has been about actually giving you the steps practically as well as energetically to actualize your asks, okay, and to create, whether it's a small thing in your life or a large thing, whether it's $1 or 1 rupee or $1,000 or 1,000 rupees or 10,000 or a million. The steps are actually the same. So let's do a little refresher. First of all, it was to get clear on your ask. That's why we very clearly wrote down our numbers. Okay. And over the 4 days, 5 days, I know some of you have realized that you needed to change that ask. Sometimes new information presents itself. Some of you realized your ask was too little. Some of you realized your ask was too much. As you get feedback from the universe, just like you did with your numbers, you can make some changes. You can switch and change a little bit to clarify your ask and get even more in alignment with your ask with the universe. Okay. Then we got really clear on pulling and drawing and doing whatever it takes to get out of our own way to receive that amount. So receiving your ask, what is standing in the way between you actualizing what you are asking for, receiving it, and actually just asking it, but it's some unknown concept. This is why I ask you to have an ask that is clear and that is congruent and that is actionable. This is why I say, for no other reason than often it doesn't fit into this category, to not ask for $1 million straight off the bat. Because for many people, if you currently make $0 and you have never seen $1 million, you have no idea what it takes to create $1 million, and you don't have the systems or the procedures, and you don't know what you would do with $1 million, you don't even know what that looks like or how many zeros go into $1 million, it's a really incongruent ask. So whatever your ask is, whether it's for this amazing house or to have a big business with annual turnover of however much, or to have 20 people in your next class, get clear on your ask and then get clear on the fact that you're congruent with your ask. Are you genuinely joyful and excited about having 20 people in your class, or does the thought of that terrify you? Or do you logistically not even have the space for 20 people to show up in the space which you have organized for your class? So that's what I mean by actionable steps. Are the things in place for you to actually receive your ask, to have it actualize without you or your environmental factors getting in the way? If you don't even have a venue for your class, you can't have 20 people show up to it. If you are not willing to put your class out there and advertise it, then 20 people can't find it. If you're not willing to receive the money, or the amount of money you would get from 20 people attending your class makes you already think about how you're going to get rid of that money, spend that money, and not have that money, then you're not going to have 20 people show up. Or you'll have the money show up and then it'll go right back out. And it's kind of the same as not having the money show up in the first place, right? And so this is why we've been doing these exercises each day. So my advice to actualize things, it's a 2-step process. The first steps are get clear, get congruent, and realize what action steps you need to take to be able to have that actualize. And then the second part is what we're going to be doing tomorrow, where we allow ourselves to become aware of all of the things that we need to do and be willing to receive and be committed to having that ask show up. And what you can do from today is start spending some time actualizing and getting clear on what your ask is and what is required to have it actually show up. How you would feel if it showed up, what are the blocks coming up, what's your resistance coming up, and every step of the way, you yourself have these tools. You know how to clear, you know how to destroy and uncreate, you know how to return to sender, you know how to become aware of things that are stuck in your body or in your energy. Once we've done all of that, if the part that's missing is a practical step or a lack of knowledge or needing something, whether it's a person or information to fill in the blanks, then you can realize that you just have this one missing piece. And that's the piece you need to add so that your ask can actualize. All right. All right. Bhavya's actualized unexpected money for her sister. I realized it's easy to actualize for others and that I'm unwilling to receive it for myself. Yeah, that is a great awareness to have. And now what's possible for you to have that ask and that demand for you to actually receive for yourself. All right. Swati's saying the exercises are awesome and she's receiving 75% of her daily ask and pulling energy for more. How does it get better? That is really fantastic. All of you that are making your daily figures, all of you that are on your way to creating your miracle figures or miracle asks, you're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm so grateful to all of you for showing up and doing the work. You realize that we've been doing the work each day. This is what doing the work looks like. You've been doing it. It's actually not that hard. It is and it isn't. And that's just exactly what business is like. It's what creating anything in life is like. It's what being engaged is like. So realize that sometimes it does feel, going back to our first question, it feels up and down. Sometimes it will ebb and flow. Some days it feels harder. Some days it feels easier. The underlying principle, as always, with everything is don't give up, don't give in, don't quit, keep going. And we can refine our asks. We can refine and get more clarity on what it is that we'd like to create. Sometimes we realize what we wanted initially actually won't work or isn't what would make us happy, or that's what everyone else wanted, and so we picked up on it and thought that's what we should want as well, but that's not actually what you truly want. And this is what I encourage you to get really clear on. What is it that you truly want in your life and in your business, and how can you get really clear on that, really congruent about that, and go on your way to creating it and receiving it now, because we have all these tools from these 5 days and tomorrow is still to come. Yeah, guys, it's perfectly okay for you to actualize things for other people, like your husband, your sister, your mum, your family members. If that's easy for you and that's how you want to spend your time and energy as well, most of us will do that. Most of us are people who will inadvertently or advertently create for the people around us, especially husbands or wives, partners, parents, siblings. That's fantastic. What I would encourage you to also look at, if you want to, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but if you want to look at what's the block between you actually then asking and being willing to receive it for yourself, and then playing with the energy to actually ask the money to show up for you. And it might be that you start with smaller amounts so that you are more willing to receive it, but then grow that muscle of creating for you and asking for you. Okay. All right, I'm going to start to wrap up. The couple of things I'm going to re-highlight and talk about. I know lots of you also had questions about the business upgrade program. Here are the things I want to reiterate. I'm going to put up a thread and a link in both our WhatsApp group and in our Facebook group for us to put up our Facebook pages, Instagram pages, and YouTube channels. And if we can like and subscribe and give everyone a boost, that would be great. You don't have to do it. You don't have to follow anyone who it doesn't feel light or congruent with, or you don't wish to. But in the spirit of contribution, this is, like I said, a really easy and free way for us to contribute to each other's businesses, including mine. So let's contribute, okay? And if you can share this group or this Facebook page or this challenge with people who you genuinely believe it would be a contribution for, please go ahead and do that. The other reason I am asking for that to happen is because the more people we have, we get to this critical mass point of energy, and the power that we have as a collective to have and receive and create becomes amplified when we do something with more people, as most of you are aware of. That's why we like doing things in groups and as groups and in bigger groups, okay? So that's that. The business upgrade program starts in May. It starts in about 2 weeks. It is a program for people, especially if you have a service-based business, if you are starting out, or if you are needing to create a change, or if you're now really looking to create a solid foundation and create your business online or globally. This will take you through all of the steps. It's a 6-module live and interactive program, meaning every fortnight we meet and do a live module. In between each module, you go away and implement the things we've talked about. And we have a manual to work through. We have bonus videos. We have a Facebook group to interact in. We have Q&A sessions. I'm also spending a lot of time creating alliances and experts to come on and talk to us about, so that even more than what I know, we have experts to help us create our businesses digitally, grow our social media, get more clients from all over the world, no matter what industry you're in right now. Something that's come out of this, one of the things that I really wanted to contribute as much as I could at this time. So one of the bonuses that I created for the business upgrade program this year was a virtual business retreat day, which was for everyone to come on, and we were going to spend half a day together online creating either the initial idea for those of you that needed to create your business from scratch. This was for you to really get clear on what your business is, what you want it to be, and to get everything ready for us to go through the program and for you to really implement everything. For those of you with existing businesses, it was to come in and get really clear on what changes were needed, what was missing, what things needed to be instituted and applied. And it was a day that we were going to get together and do some really practical things like create social media channels if you don't already have them, create different avenues, talk about client attraction, talk about where you're showing up, where you're not showing up. Get the energy ready and moving for your business to be created and amplified over the course of this program. Something that I realized for many of you, as you've been asking about those things, is I'm going to open that up to people who are also not doing the business upgrade program. If you're doing the business upgrade program, that day is free for you and it is part of the program as a bonus. For those of you who are not ready or not sure or not able to commit to the whole program at this time, you can join us for just the business retreat day, and I'm going to put the link up shortly. And again, I'm going to make it for you guys a really special price. I'm going to make it half the price that it was meant to be. So instead of $199, it's going to be $99. You can join us to create all of those foundational things that you might need to now be able to then go on and create your business. If anyone in here has quite an established business already, and you have all the fundamentals, you have your business running at a pretty stable place and in a great way, and you're ready for that next level, and you're looking for high-end or high-level mentorship, coaching, and business amplification, I have a different program for you. I have the Build Your Own Empire, the BYOE program that's starting, and it's a year-long program, and it is a combination of business mastermind, business coaching, and business training with me, plus other experts, plus qualifications, plus a whole lot of things to help you really exponentialize a global business, especially if you are a facilitator or coach, or if you have a service-based business. I'm going to put the links and application forms for both of those programs, plus the online retreat day into the group. You are able to apply to any of this, and in order to then start the program, I'm going to have a conversation with you, and at that conversation, I'll make sure this is a right fit, make sure you're able to commit to it, make sure it's the right time, it's the right commitment, this is what you're looking for. We'll go over the pricing and the payment options, and we'll go from there. Okay, but for now, all of the basic information is going to be on those sign up and registration pages. You guys have been doing an amazing job showing up every day for the last 4 days. There's one more day to go tomorrow where we're going to really amplify and grow our zone of awareness when it comes to our business and look at what's required. So I want to send you away tomorrow with some practical and actionable steps, information, and energetic contribution to really blast your business into success moving forward and really amplify your money flows. Okay, so get your business, get your questions, get your awareness, get your information, get everything that might be floating around in your head. Spend today kind of asking yourself some questions and your business some questions about what's required, what would contribute to it, what last final pieces of information or questions or energetic contribution you require from tomorrow's session live here at this time. And I will do my absolute best to deliver that to you and to continue to contribute to you. And have an amazing night and an amazing day no matter where you are. You guys are doing a great job. Keep going. All right. Take care, guys.